What's going on, all my toy collectors and turtle fans out there? You know who it is. It's your boy Ox. And today, in the Cave of Wonders, we're going to be taking a look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon Casey Jones vs. Slash Foot Soldier 2-pack by NECA Toys. Now, if you guys are familiar with these NECA cartoon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures, you'll know that they're exclusive to Target. Now, let's go ahead and start off with the front of the box. I've already measured it out for you guys. It's 11 inches long by 8 inches tall by 2.5 inches in depth. So that's how much shelf space you're going to need when you're going to be displaying this. And right here on the front of the box, you can see it lets you know the characters we're looking at. Right here, you can also see an image of them. These turtles are based off of the old late 80s, early cartoon Ninja Turtles, the first cartoon turtles that had ever came out. So you can see those characters right here on the front of the box. You can see them on the side right there. Then right here, it just gives you like this little bio of basically the Ninja Turtles or whatever and how they turned into turtles with the ooze and everything. You can see some other characters in this line. Now, this 2-pack had already came out years ago. I think these were some of the first characters that had came out when NECA decided to start doing the cartoon Ninja Turtles. I actually missed out on the first 4 turtles, on Shredder, Crane, April, and Casey. So I was really excited they decided to re-release these because I still have never got April yet. And I know that they just released like an Ultimate April or something like that for Target. So I'm waiting to be able to find her. And then all I'll end up needing is Shredder and then that like bubbled Crane. But yeah, right there was the back of the box. Let's go ahead and open this up. Okay, let's start off with this damaged Foot Clan soldier first. Out of the box, you see it comes with the figure, comes with 2 guns, 6 extra sets of hands on top of the 2 that he comes out of the box with, so a total of 8, a little communication device, and then a ninja star. Let's start off by looking at his weapons. This is a little ninja star. This is common with some of the other cartoon NECA figures that they come out with. Little communication device right here. Has a different image than some of the other ones that I see. That some of the other ones I have either have Shredder or they have Crane right there. This right here is one of the guns he comes with. Now, I looked at my other cartoon figures by NECA, and I don't remember ever seeing this gun made before, so this isn't a reused weapon at all. Great sculpt work, great paint detail. Like I said, NECA always does a great job. If you ever see me do any of my other reviews on NECA, they always do a really great job on all of their toys. Now, this rifle right here is actually reused. I think it's Rocksteady in the Rocksteady and Bebop 2-pack. This is the exact same rifle that he ends up coming out with. Painted the exact same. Nothing's different. Yep. So, yeah, this gun right here is definitely reused, but it isn't a big deal. I'm probably going to end up using that blue one right there because it looks so much cooler with the paint scheme of him being purple and black. So, like I said, he does come with a total of 8 hands. Out of the box, he has 2 closed fists. Right here, he has like 2 like wide open palm hands, like he's you know, reaching out for something. Then I like to call these like flash hands, like running hands, basically. Or like ninja hands, I guess you would say. And then he has 2 gripping hands in order for him to grip his weapons or hold something in his hands. And yeah, right there is it. It's like I said, a total of 6 hands. Now, I've already measured this figure out for you guys, like most of the other TMNT NECA Toon figures. They're about 7 inches tall. Now, this is an old, you know, like the first run of these NECA Toon figures, the Ninja Turtle Toon figures, when Casey and him came out in that 2-pack. So his paint is a little bit different than the other foot soldiers that I have. Not too much different, just a little bit darker of a plum of purple. And the plastic might be a little different because I noticed when I'm bending all these plastic figures that it feels kind of gummy with Casey Jones and with him. Not really sure if maybe they just had these laying around in a warehouse and then decided to re-release these or not. But you just want to be careful and make sure you heat up all these joints because I noticed I did have trouble with like the double jointed elbows and some of the double jointed knees, especially on Casey Jones, which I'll show you guys next, okay? Now, his head does rotate all the way around. It's on a ball joint. Looks down about that far. Then he looks up about that far. So he does have good articulation in his head. Trying to get his arms to move up. I did heat them up just a little bit, but I don't want to break these figures because I actually had 3, not of this one, but of the other Foot Clan soldier, the one who isn't broken, and 2 of them broke. One at the arm and one at the ankle, and I had to take them back to Target when I bought those over the last, you know, few years. So I'm always careful with these figures because they're really skinny in the arms and legs, and I don't want to end up breaking them. But the arms do come up. They do rotate right here at the bicep. They do have double jointed elbows. The wrists do rotate around. They do go in. They do go out. It doesn't have any kind of forearm swivel or anything like that. Obviously doesn't have an ab crunch because he doesn't have any abs. He doesn't have any kind of what is it, upper chest swivel or anything like that, or waist swivel. Now, the only thing holding him together is this little red piece of plastic right there. There's nothing else in between there. So you bend him too much back and forth, odds are that's going to break right there. Because I noticed when I was bending this, I thought maybe this little yellow piece right there fit into that little hole right there. But as I was just bending this little plastic piece, the little yellow one, it started breaking. I think you guys can see it right there on camera, right next to my nail. It started breaking, so I don't want to end up breaking the figure. But odds are after a while, he's going to get top heavy and probably end up breaking right there anyway. Now, his legs do rotate around right here underneath his little like ninja skirt thing. They come up to about that far. About there, this little, ninja piece right here or whatever cloth ends up, hindering his articulation. He does have double jointed knees. I didn't have any trouble bending him at the knees, but Casey Jones, I did. Does have boot cut right here, does swivel around. His foot does go down, does go up. He does have toe articulation, and it does rock back and forth. Like I said, you just want to be really careful with these figures. I broke one off at the foot and one of them I broke off right up here at the arm. So I'm just really careful with these. Obviously, I don't really play with them. I just display them. But maybe heating them up with some water might end up working. But the two that I got, two of the other ones that I had to take back, they broke right out of the box. As soon as I pulled them, the foot broke off. And another one, as soon as I got them, I cut the plastic that was holding them in the case. And then I started moving them around and he just broke right at the arm. So yeah, you just might want to be really careful with these figures, okay? Odds are with him, I'm going to have him laying on the ground, maybe pop his head off and make it look like, Casey Jones or one of the turtles end up cutting him into pieces or something. But yeah, pretty much it. I do love all the paint work. I do love all the sculpt work. Like I said, they're just very fragile. I noticed with the Foot Clan soldiers. I would have had like 4 of them by now, but 2 of them broke. This right here is a comparison of a newer one that had came out a little bit later. As you can see, a lot of reuse in the face, in the arms, the little arm guards right there, forearm guards, the legs. Sorry, my camera's acting up. But yeah, the legs and everything. But as you can see, this one right here is a little bit brighter. The purple is a little bit brighter than this one. This is like a darker plum. This is more of like a violet. So, and he obviously comes with guns and swords and stuff compared to this one. But I think this might have been their first run because Casey Jones came out when they first started doing these 2 NECA Ninja Turtles. But yeah, let's move on to Casey Jones, all right? Okay, now here's Casey Jones and all of his weapons and accessories. As you can see, he comes with 4 extra sets of hands on top of the 2 that he comes out of the box with. A little carrying bag for him to carry all of his weapons right here. Comes with a baseball bat, some kind of little bar or something. I'm not really sure what this is. Comes with a goalie stick, a sledgehammer, and then a hockey stick. Now let's start off by looking at his baseball bat first. Here it is right here. You can see it has a little wrapping right here on the bottom. And then it doesn't have any kind of wood grain in that brown plastic right there. But yeah, just a baseball bat. And then I'm not exactly sure what this is. If you guys know, let me know down in the comments. It wasn't labeled on the box, so I'm not really sure what it is. I thought it was like a metal baseball bat, but it's not. Some kind of little club or something with some kind of like fencing or something on it. Yep, that's that. Comes with a little goalie stick right here. It has like brown wrapping right here on the bottom. I love all these little lines. That's not just painted on either. That's actually like the plastic right there, like, carved into the plastic, sculpted into the plastic right there. There's that. Comes with his little hammer right here, which is pretty cool because I'm not used to actually seeing Casey Jones with a hammer. Maybe he had one in the cartoon and I just don't remember, but that's pretty cool right there. Doesn't have any kind of wrapping right here on the bottom. Yep, nice solid little hammer. And then his hockey stick. This is pretty cool, man. I like this one. I like how they just outline the whole thing with a nice black line all the way around it. That's pretty cool. Now taking a look at his hands, out of the box he has 2 closed fists. Then he has 2 gripping hands right here for his left and right hand. You see a little paint detail right there showing off all of his fingers. You notice that they didn't end up doing that for the Foot Clan figure that we just looked at. It didn't have any black lines in his fingers at all. It's just one solid color. You could see everything that's in there, but they didn't paint any of that detail into all the fingernails and everything like that. Not like they did on him and some of the other cartoon figures. Then he has a thumbs up one right here. And then right here he has one where he's just pointing. Mute. Then he has his little carrying bag right here. Really thin plastic right here. That way you could stretch it around his shoulder and around his, through his arms or through his head. And then this will hold all of those weapons right there. You just fit them in there just like this. There's a lot of room in there, so you can fit them all inside there. And then you just wrap that around his shoulder, which I'll show you guys in a minute, okay? Now let's take a look at the figure. I've already measured him out for you guys. He's actually only 6 inches compared to these other figures, which are 7 inches. So he's just, the Foot Clan soldiers are going to be a little bit taller, but yeah, 6 inches compared to them, which are about 7 inch tall figures. So not too much of a height difference, but Casey Jones and the Turtles are going to be a lot smaller than most of the other figures, that the cartoon figures, because they're all, pretty big and bulky. So, but yeah, taking a look at him, like I told you guys earlier in the video, I did have a little bit of trouble with some of his joints, which I'll show you guys in a second, okay? Now, his head does look down about that far. It doesn't look up too far. It actually just only looks straight. So if you're trying to push his head up anymore, it doesn't. But it does rotate all the way around if you guys need it to, but it just mostly looks down, okay? So it'll look down and straight. It doesn't really look up. Now, trying to get his arms up, this right here stops it. But as you can see, this one goes up a little bit higher, but only because of this little pad right here on his shoulder, ends up stopping it from going all the way up. But he does have bicep swivel. He does have double jointed elbows, which I didn't have any trouble with the elbows. It's mostly with the knees, which you guys will see in a minute. His wrists do rotate around. They do go in. They do go out. He does have upper torso articulation right here. So if you guys hold him right here at the stomach muscle, he does rotate around right there. He doesn't have any kind of ab crunch. You can try and pull him back, but as you can see, like when you pull him back, it does end up like opening up a gap right there. So he doesn't have any kind of ab crunch that does rotate around. His legs do rotate right up underneath here, like underneath the part of his pants. They do go up about that far. They do kick out a pretty good distance. Now his knees, like I said, I was trying to bend them, but I didn't want to end up breaking it. I can see like some stress right here on this little joint as I was trying to bend it and trying to push. So I might end up having to heat them up because I don't want to end up breaking that joint, as you guys can see right there. With this one, ended up working, but I had to hold like this piece right here, and then bend that one first, and then bend this one. So maybe heating them up in some water will end up working. I already heated mine up, and it didn't end up working too well for me. So I'm probably not going to bend him anymore right there, because I don't want to end up breaking this figure, because I've only ever seen this 2-pack once in stores when I bought it. I haven't ever seen it again. So I don't want to have to end up buying this off eBay at a higher price. Now, it doesn't have any kind of boot cut or anything like that. His foot does go up, does go down, does rock back and forth, and he doesn't have any kind of toe articulation. Not like the foot soldiers. You notice the foot soldiers had toe articulation, but he doesn't. Now, taking a look at his face and all of his sculpt work, it does look really good. It looks amazing. I love all these little black lines showing off all of his muscles right here. Like I said, he does look like he popped right out of the old cartoon, right out of the TV. Little muscles, you can see that different in shading in his skin tone color right here, how it's a little bit darker in the back, which they do that to a lot of these figures, and then lighter in the front. I like the fact that they chose all the different color schemes for his, just like how he looked in the cartoon, the blue vest right here, that blue t-shirt, ripped t-shirt, and the tan jeans. Yeah, looks really cool. This is a really cool figure. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other Playmates figure. Casey Jones, this one right here, like I said, this is made by Playmates. This is obviously made by NECA, so it's a lot more detailed and newer. But as you can see, they definitely, took the same route as the old Playmates Turtles. They changed his pants colors. Obviously, he has like these sweatpants on. He has like these kind of sweatpants on as well. They just changed the color of them, but the same blue t-shirt, same looking red band holding his mask on right there. Same face, the same little lines right here. So, and the fact that they still, if you guys remember Playmates, he came with a whole bunch of weapons. They just fit in there. They're not painted any different color. I think these figures were like $4 or $5 when they came out back in the day, compared to these ones that are, $20, $30 figures now. And they paint all their weapons. But this right here is just a good look of how far we came over the years. Like I said, I think this figure came out in, I don't know, like 80, one second. Yeah, 89. This figure right here came out in 89. So not too long after the Turtles cartoon had came out in 87, or the toy line had came out. So yeah, man, it's a big jump in difference of how far we've came in toys, man. But I like the fact that they did show a lot of love by you know, taking this toy right here, or excuse me, this toy right here, and redoing him, and you know, just giving him all of those same looks. Like I said, he's based off of the cartoon, not really off of the comic, you know, that had came out before the cartoon. But yeah, this is really cool, man. I love how these look. Definitely some cool figures to have in your guys' collection, man. All right, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed this review of the Casey Jones and Damaged Foot Soldier 2-pack. Like I said before, NECA always knocks it out of the park with these figures. Well, great sculpting, great paint work, and great detail. All the accessories and extra weapons that they throw in with these figures is definitely worth the buy. These toys are definitely worth collecting, man. Nothing can ever replace my old Playmates Ninja Turtles, but these are definitely an upgrade down here in the Cave of Wonders, all right? I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and until next time, stay cool.